Alright, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be making another pickups video for the month of August. This one's not going to be quite as huge as some of the previous ones. I didn't get that lucky with stuff this month. Well, I did get pretty lucky with some things, but I didn't pick up like a million games like I did in some of the previous ones. I did get quite a bit of systems, but the majority of them were ones that I already had. I just wanted different variants and things like that. So I'll kind of save those for last. I'll start with the games right now. This first one was kind of a surprise to me. Apparently, GameStop has some retro games now. So I found this, which is some Kingdom Hearts game for GBA. And I don't really care about Kingdom Hearts that much. I've never been like a huge fan of it, but just the fact that it was a Game Boy Advance game, an authentic one from what it looks like, at GameStop, I picked it up. It only cost me like maybe $10. It really wasn't anything crazy or expensive. Speaking of GameStop, I also got Dead Cells Return to Castlevania. I'm a pretty good fan of Castlevania. I mean, I haven't played like all the games, but the ones that I have played I've really enjoyed. So I saw, oh, well, I played Dead Cells before and that was fun. This is the Castlevania DLC. Plus, I believe this has all of the other DLCs included too. So, I mean, why not? This is like probably the most complete edition of this game, at least so far, unless they make more. So for $45, not bad. Next up, I got Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii. I've never been like a huge Xenoblade fan. I don't think I've even played any of the games, but I saw this at the thrift shop for $3, and I knew this was one of like the slightly harder to find games. It's not like crazy expensive or anything. I think it's maybe worth like $20, but I've heard really good things about Xenoblade. I do like the disc, how they kind of put the spindle in the middle of the sword. But I've heard pretty good things about it before, never tried it out, so maybe I will now that I have this. Next up, I got a couple things that I got from an antique show that I went to. These are games that I already had. Well, one of them I already had, and that is Super Smash Bros. I put the end label for my other copy on it just because I wanted to have them all visible on the shelf. And these are just like little vinyl stickers. They peel right off, so it's not going to leave any like residue or anything like that. This is a game that I actually really like, probably one of my favorites for the 64. I'm a pretty big Smash Bros. Fan, and I already had a copy of this, but the label is a little faded, and it also didn't come with a manual. So I paid basically a loose price for these, so I think this one might have been like $20, maybe $25. And I got a manual with it, which is really cool because I don't have any N64 manuals aside from like the 2 complete in box games I have. So this is a really cool find. So I basically took this and then sold off my other cartridge that was in worse condition, and obviously kept the manual. And then I also got Harvest Moon 64 with the manual again. I don't remember how much I paid for this. I think this one was a little bit more, maybe closer to like $40, $50. I've never really been a huge Harvest Moon fan, but I played Animal Crossing and I really enjoyed it, so I know they're kind of similar games, but still, the cart and the manual for this price, it was a good deal. And the manuals are in pretty decent condition. They're not like amazing, but it's not all destroyed and ripped up or whatever else. Then from that same antique thing, I got Trauma Center New Blood. I've heard of this game. I really don't know much about it. I just picked it up because it was like $1. I know Atlas makes some pretty decent games. I don't know if I'm ever going to play this one, but just for the collection, I thought I might as well pick it up. I don't even know why I have this, honestly. I see that it's 50 cents, so I might have just picked it up for that. But yeah, I have Monopoly now. That's cool. And then also from that same antique thing, I also got Excite Bike 64 complete in box, which is really cool because I do not have many complete N64 games. I know this isn't a really like expensive game or anything like that, but it's Excite Bike. I've heard people say good things about it. It is a little sun faded in this corner here, and you know the box isn't in perfect condition, but it's really not that bad. And once I put it in a box protector and everything, it'll kind of hide some of the imperfections and it'll look a little bit nicer. So I picked up a lot of kind of untested consoles, and I'm gonna show those in a little bit. And included with the lot of untested consoles and everything was Mega Man 4 for NES, I haven't actually tested this, but I mean, it looks good, so it should probably work. But yeah, I think I have Mega Man 2 and 3, so now I have 4. And there was also Mission Impossible for the N64, which also looks pretty good. I don't think it is broken. I could probably try it, but it looks pretty decent condition-wise. But yeah, these were just kind of thrown in there with the untested consoles, so that's a score. I pretty much got these for what I paid for the entire lot, which is pretty cool. I got like a really good deal on some of these. So yeah, definitely good things to add to the collection. And these aren't like bad games. I don't know about Mission Impossible. I feel like I've heard okay things about it, but I know Mega Man 4 is pretty good. It's not like the best one in the series, but I mean, they're all Mega Man games. They're all pretty fun. Then I also got Conker's Pocket Tales for the Game Boy. This one, I just picked up Conker's Bad Fur Day pretty recently, so I thought might as well get the other Conker game. I'm pretty sure this is like one of the only other ones. I know there's Live and Reloaded, there's maybe another like Game Boy game, but this is pretty much it for Conker, so thought why not, paid $15 for it, but I think I got a bundle deal, so it was a little bit better. And then from that same place, I think these were from like a flea market, from that same place I got Super Mario Deluxe. This is one that I've been wanting for a while. Not for any like particular reason, because it's not really the best way to play Mario 1, but it has a lot of bonus content that's really cool, and I've just wanted to try it out for a while. So there's that. Paid $25. I probably got a bundle deal of like, you know, $35 or something for both of those. And then another GBA game I got was Klonoa Empire of Dreams. This one, I've heard of the other Klonoa games. I've heard of like the PS1 game, and there's like one on the Wii and stuff, but I've never actually heard about the GBA games, so I picked it up. I don't think I paid that much for it. I know Klonoa is a pretty good series, but it's like very kind of underrated, so I thought I might as well get it and check it out. Plus, I got a friend who's like super into the Klonoa games, so if I end up not liking it, I can give it to him or something. And this one I'm a little bummed about, just because I like having my DS games complete in box, but it was such a good deal that I just picked it up. It's Metroid Prime Hunters. This one I think I got from the thrift shop for like $3. It was just kind of sitting up there loose in like their display case with no price tag on it, so they just said $3. So I'm pretty sure it's worth probably close to $20 loose, but I like having the box and everything with my DS games, so yeah, it's a little disappointing, but I can at least play it. And then I also picked up Mario Paint with the Super Nintendo mouse. I don't have the mouse pad, unfortunately, but I mean, it's not really the end of the world. You can just put it on like any flat surface. And then if you remember my last video, I think it was in my last one, my last monthly pickups, I got a 3DO. It's not like the best model, but I got a Gold Star system. But I now have a game to play in it, because I wasn't sure if the laser was bad or not. I couldn't get it to read a burned game, but I mean, I could have just been using a bad CD, burning it too fast, a bad ISO. There are like a bunch of different reasons why it didn't work, but I ended up getting Gex. It cost me like a couple bucks. It really wasn't that expensive, and it works, so I have like one of the only working Gold Star 3DOs. Not really, but I'm glad it does work, because I did pay a lot for it. But yeah, pretty decent game. Probably one of the best ones for the system, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Now I'm down to my last two games. Like I said, I have a ton of systems and stuff to go over after. These two were birthday gifts. My birthday was on the 18th. So first one, Kirby Superstar. This one's been on my list for a while. I've been really wanting to get it. I have the Japanese version of this game, but I haven't really got to play it because I don't have a Super Famicom, so it's kind of a pain to play it. I have a cartridge converter, but it doesn't really work. So now I have the actual North American version of it, which is really cool. I've heard really good things about this game, and I've been wanting to play it for a while, so definitely probably going to try this one out within the next month and most likely play through all of it. And then the other one is one that's been kind of like a joke for a while for me, just because it's one of the dumbest games, but it's Mr. Bones for the Sega Saturn. It's such a stupid game. You know, every 5 minutes it switches into like a completely different genre. The final boss is a bad pun contest. it's hilarious. So this is like one of the Saturn games I wanted the most, aside from like Sonic Jam. So now I have it, which is really cool, because I don't know if I'm ever really going to play through it all. I'll definitely try it out, but it's one of those games that, like, it's actually kind of difficult to get through because of how much it just changes. Like, in one level, it's a 2D platformer, and another level, you're playing Pong, and another one, it's a shmup. Like, it's just all over the place. But this one comes with 2 discs. I didn't even know this game was a 2-disc game, but apparently it is. So it has both discs in it. They're pretty decent condition. It has the manual and everything. It doesn't have that little piece of foam, but who cares? I am happy to have this now. So now on to the consoles I got. I got a bunch of controllers with this too, but I'm not really going to show all of them off because a lot of them are not cleaned and whatever. First off, I got this PS1 here. So this is one of the original model PS1s. It has the AV ports on the back. I think it's like an SCPH 1000 or something. Yeah, 1001. These apparently have good enough sound quality that some like DJs and stuff were using them in like the 2000s. I have no clue, or maybe the 90s. I can't even remember. But yeah, I just picked it up because the one that I have is a later revision without any of the ports or anything on the back. So I just thought, hey, I'll pick it up. It was really cheap, and I tested it, and it works, which is kind of surprising because I'm pretty sure these original models, this disk drive kind of goes bad. I think it's something with like it being close to the power supply, so it gets heated up and it kind of like degrades faster. But everything works. It booted a couple games that I tried right up, so that's really cool. And this can go along with the 5903 that I have, which is kind of like this with VCD compatibility, which is really cool. Next up, nothing too crazy. Everyone probably has one of these, but it is a gloss black 360. It is kind of destroyed. I don't know really how to get these scratches out if I can. I'll try just cleaning it really well, and hopefully some of it'll kind of buff out, you know? But I haven't had a gloss black one of these. I have a matte black one, which is... I think those one had like some type of internal drive. I can't remember exactly. But this one also came with... If I can open it up here. I gotta do this off camera because it's huge. This one also came with an internal hard drive, which is cool. This is like probably like 100 gigs or something. But it comes with that, which is nice. Oh, it says 250 on it right there. Next up, I got this Atomic Purple Game Boy Color, which is one of the colors I've been really wanting for a while, just because I think it looks awesome. This is probably one of my favorites for the Game Boy Color. And yeah, I've tested it out. I've tried it with Mario Deluxe and everything. Everything works, which is cool. But yeah, I have like 4 of these right now. I have like a teal, dandelion yellow, whatever the green one's called. I can't remember what the special name for that is. And now I have this, so it's really neat. Eventually, I would like to get all the different colors and kind of, stand them up on something, because I don't know, I'm insane. And speaking of being insane, I picked up my 3rd silver PS2. The main reason for this is the other 2 that I have are like really scratched up, and this one, I mean, it's got a couple scratches you might be able to see on it, but it's in like really good condition. And it's the 7900 or whatever, I can't even read it. But I'm pretty sure these ones are slightly better, because I know some of the earlier revisions of the PS2 Slim would like scratch up a disc. I think these are the ones it's fixed on. Although, don't quote me on that, because I'm not 100% sure. So, that's really cool. I'm probably going to sell off my other ones, but this one I'm definitely keeping, because it's, like, super good condition compared to the rest. Next up, talking about variations, I got this Indigo GameCube, which is not showing up on camera, right? So I gotta zoom it way out. But condition isn't perfect on this thing. It's got some scratches, and it can probably be cleaned a little better. It also needed a pot adjustment for it to actually work, so eventually, I'd like to get a new laser for it, or swap out the disk drive from another one. But I have a silver and a black GameCube. I don't have a purple one yet, so grab this. And inside the disc tray was Animal Crossing, which basically paid for the console. So that's really cool. It does have a Game Boy player, but it's the black one. So I just need to find someone who has a black GameCube with an indigo player and do a trade. Hopefully. If anyone watching this has a black GameCube with an indigo Game Boy player, let me know. I will trade. That comes with this Animal Crossing memory card, which is really cool. And speaking of GameCube stuff, kind of going along with this, I got quite a bit of GameCube controllers. So this is probably the best condition one. It's like actually really clean. This one I got in a lot of like just a bunch of random controllers and consoles and other things that were not working, allegedly. So, I mean, this is a little scuffed up, but the buttons, the sticks, everything like that is like super nice. And then I also got 2 of these. So, I already had a Wavebird receiver. One of these actually came with a receiver. It's just in my GameCube right now, so I forgot to pull that out. So now I have 2 receivers and 2 controllers, which is nice. I think this one works perfectly, like 100% of the time it just works. This one here, one of the contacts is like coming off of the board, I think, because I mean it's perfectly clean, there's no corrosion or anything, but you have to put it in at like a certain angle for the batteries to connect. So I'm thinking I need to like resolder the battery contact on this, which isn't the worst thing ever, it's just kind of annoying. So they do work though. If you kind of stick the battery in at an angle and push it in there, it will work. So that's really cool because I've never actually had Wavebird controllers, and I have 2 of them. Did not expect to get these. I think I paid $40 for like the whole box of stuff, and these are definitely worth that. In that same box of stuff, I got this Dreamcast controller, which I haven't had a chance to test out yet, but I cleaned it up a bit. It looks okay. This cable is cut a little, but it's not like all the way through. It's just kind of the outside shielding. And inside of it, I got this black VMU, which does work. I did test it out the other day. It actually has a Jet Set Radio save on it, which is cool. So I do want to put this in and see what's on it and see kind of how far they got, because that is one of my favorite games, so it was just nice to see. And I only had a white VMU before, so now I have a black one to go with it. I also got this kind of trashed gold PS3 controller. Probably looks a lot better on camera than it does in person, and I think it's authentic. It doesn't have a sticker, but you know, I messed around with it a little bit. It seemed to be a real controller, so yeah, it is kind of disappointing that it's all like chewed up and scratched, and this is kind of separating somehow, but it's something. From like 10 feet away, it looks alright, and I didn't really pay any extra for it. It was just kind of a bonus. And then in that same box of broken consoles, I got this Super Nintendo, which I tested, and it works perfectly, at least from what I could tell. And this is one of the later revisions. I'm not sure if this is a 1-chip or not, but it is made of the better plastic, so it won't yellow or anything. Condition's decent. I could definitely clean it a little bit more. I just kind of went over it quick with like some Clorox wipes, but I tested it and everything seemed to work, which is kind of surprising. And then the final thing that I got as part of that lot was this Genesis, which is kind of nasty. I cleaned this up super quickly, and I definitely need to go over it again. Haven't tested it, not 100% sure if it works. However, these things are pretty bulletproof. I've never had one of these not work. Unfortunately, this is one of the earlier revisions. It's not like the half motherboard VA4, which is what I was kind of hoping for, because I do have one of them, but still it would be nice to have an extra. None of these came with any cables or controllers or anything else, so I just have the console, but it should probably work. I'll definitely have to try it at some point once I clean it up a little better. Then I have one last thing that I picked up. This is kind of for just for me because I'm a completionist, so I like having all the different variants of everything. I got this white Wii U with the gamepad included. It came with most of the cables. I don't think it had a charger, but who cares? I have one already, and I'm not really planning on selling this, so I'll just use the same one. But I tested it, everything worked. It was absolutely filthy when I originally bought it, but I cleaned it up pretty decently. Sticks are a little yellow, and there's some kind of dirt up on the top and everything, but it's really not that bad. Had an SD card in it though, so I can definitely check that out. I don't think there was anything like super crazy on here. Probably just like Mario Kart or something. But yeah, now I have both of the main Wii U revisions. Now I just need the Zelda gamepad, but I'm not paying for that. It's like $150, which just doesn't seem worth it to me. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything I got. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. If I am, it's probably not anything too major because that was kind of the majority of the big stuff that I got. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you are enjoying these type of videos and, would like to see more in the future. I do have a relatively large post coming up in probably a couple weeks. I just finished filming it from when I'm recording this, but I had a couple things that came up, so I wasn't able to finish it. I was trying to get the video out last month, but definitely make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so you get notified when that comes out. But yeah, guess I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.